Welcome to Auto Success, the podcast, where each week we present ideas, tips, and strategies from automotive industry leaders that you can put to use today for your sales success. Now here's your host, Thomas Williams.
Welcome back, listeners. Today on Auto Success, the podcast, we're speaking with Laurie Whitman, Senior Vice President of Dealer Software Solutions for Cox Automotive. We'll be talking with Laurie about how dealers can meet rising customer expectations in a digital era. Welcome to the podcast, Laurie. We appreciate your time today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Let's begin with what we call the Auto Success Under the Hood question. This is the opportunity for myself and our audience to get to know you better, Laurie. Since this is your first time with us, can you simply start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in this industry?
Sure. I actually started my career in technology, and this early hands-on technology experience really influences how I lead even today. You know, I transitioned into the automotive industry when I joined the Cox Automotive team, and I have loved every minute of it. This automotive industry is so full of change, and technology is really at the heart of it. Currently, my responsibilities are that I'm Senior Vice President of Dealer Software Solutions. And Dealer Software Solutions within Cox Automotive is brands that we all know and love, like VinSolutions, Xtime, and Dealer.com.
We appreciate you sharing that background with us. It's your experience in the dealer software and the digital side of things that we'd like to pull from today. So, Laurie, how can dealers adapt to meeting rising customer expectations in a digital era?
Yeah, customer expectations have really evolved over the last few years. Websites like Amazon and others have really shaped our expectations about what shopping should be like. We expect retailers to serve up content and information in a way that's really personalized, and automotive is no different. They're going to be asked to meet this new normal by offering a more complete and personalized shopping experience. You know, we know from our research, Tom, that 90% of consumers want a unique car buying experience. They want to shop and buy in a very personalized way. And dealerships are going to have to shift a little bit to do that. And it starts by understanding every interaction that the customers have. With that view of everything that's happened online and in the store, you can create a more comprehensive view of what's been going on with the customer. And that's hard work to do. Car shoppers are spending more than 13 hours online. And so it's going to cause dealership staff to have to take a little time to gather that information about a customer to be prepared. And the most important thing we can do to help is help dealers close that homework gap by knowing the customer and sorting and filtering through that information to have the information to create that personalized experience.
Now, in this digital era, Laurie, there's a lot of talk about artificial intelligence or AI these days across all industries. What should dealerships know about AI?
Look, AI is everywhere. A lot of people are talking about it. And some of the solutions are more about flash than they are about really improving the car buying experience. I believe a top priority to use AI is to create relevancy in an instant. And that relevancy, you know, there's really no better way to drive that than through personalization. Dealers that have that access to information to create a personalized experience not only improve the overall car shopping experience for the consumer, but it also takes time out from the dealership staff of collecting that information and things that are just really time consuming. You know, what I mean by that is to drive personalization without artificial intelligence means that somebody has to do the time-consuming and manual task of collecting all the data from all the different sources and integrating it and then coming to a conclusion. Whereas, you know, if you can use machine learning to allow you to do that, you can take your data that you already have and filter it in a way that's going to create a much better experience and really free up your dealership staff to do the stuff they do best, the people stuff.
How can dealers personalize their AI, or what should they look for when purchasing or upgrading their systems, Laurie?
One of the things that I think is important to look for is something that allows you to measure the engagement of a salesperson with either a lead or a customer and understanding whether that engagement's improving or not. It's really going to free up time for managers to, in an instant, understand where coaching is needed in the dealership. So that's one way. Another way is to use AI to analyze text messages and email. There's really great technology that helps you understand customer sentiment and allows you to filter and focus on the most important things. Dealerships get tons of email messages and text messages every single day. And so giving them the ability to focus their attention and really identify where the revenue opportunities are or where potential issues exist is important. And so capturing all of that information using AI is really going to increase the speed of the sale and help a dealership build trust with the shopper.
You've mentioned closing the homework gap and creating more time for salespeople to do what they do best. So how can dealers use AI to streamline workflows?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways. First and foremost, that data collection I talked about, when you're sifting through the 13 hours that people are spending online, there's a lot of information, and isolating what are the most important aspects of that and pulling it together is not just time consuming, but it may not be the expertise of the people that you have on staff. So freeing them up to not have to focus on the data and allowing them to focus on the people stuff is really important. And then I also mentioned the coaching piece, allowing management staff to really understand where to focus their attention, super important, allowing them to, really coach and drive the results of the dealership versus trying to dig through data and figuring out where to start.
Laurie, what does this mean for dealers who are thinking about investing in AI for 2019?
AI can sound intimidating, but the benefits really outweigh the risk. One of the most important things for dealers to think about as they're moving into 2019 is making sure that their AI solution is fed by the right data. Like anything, the solution is only as good as the data that's fed into it. So good data hygiene is important, but even more important than that is to make sure that the data going into it is being fed not just from the dealer's website, but also from third-party sites. You'll get a much better view of consumer preferences with access to more data that you're going to get from more sites.
And finally, Laurie, what one idea would you like to leave with our listeners today?
The one idea I want to leave us with is technology can really contribute to creating that lifelong customer relationship, the thing that all dealerships are driving toward to improve profitability. Lifelong customer relationships come from, driving a more personalized experience and higher customer satisfaction. AI can be a big part of that.
Some great suggestions on how dealers can utilize AI to streamline workflow and develop a better customer experience. We appreciate your time today, Laurie.
Thank you.
Our guest today has been Laurie Whitman, Senior Vice President of Dealer Software Solutions for Cox Automotive. For more information about her company, visit coxautoinc.com. If you enjoyed this podcast and would like to listen to more success-driven solutions from Auto Success, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes. Remember to leave us a rating or review to help others find us.
Thanks for listening to Auto Success, the podcast. For information about Auto Success, look us up at autosuccessonline.com, where you'll find previous episodes, our blog, online versions of our past issues, and many more success-driven solutions available for free. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions about this show or future shows, email us at podcast@autosuccessonline.com. Now make it a successful day.